Coming up tonight on the news at 5, the nursing need in the state continues to grow. We hear from one woman who is here to help all the way from North Carolina. Plus,
it takes advantage of a little bit of a rivalry between Sheriff's Office and the Fire Department.
Two Helena agencies are battling to raise the most money for the Salvation Army.
From Montana's news leader, this is MTN News at 5.
Good afternoon and welcome to the News at 5. I'm Jessica Nelson. Thank you for joining us. A composite of state and locally reported data shows Montana cases of COVID-19 increased to 59,000. More than 15,000 of those are active. 21 more deaths have been reported since last night, bringing Montana's COVID-19 death total to 673. MTN is using a combination of sources to deliver the most accurate count on cases each day. Local county health departments may be alerted to cases before Montana DPHHS. Using that local data means there will be times when MTN coronavirus data does not align with the state report. Earlier this year, the Montana VA healthcare system sent nurses across the country to help in areas that were hardest hit by the pandemic. Right now, Montana is one of those hardest hit areas. MTN's John Riley spoke with some of the nurses helping the VA.
This year, South Carolina native Jennifer Price will be spending Thanksgiving 1,700 miles away from her family to help cover shifts at the Montana VA Medical Center. Price is one of more than 20 nurses from out of state directly deployed through the Disaster Emergency Medical Personnel System, or DEMPS, to assist the VA with the pandemic.
Well, as a military family, my husband's a veteran, so we're pretty used to spending holidays apart. And for us, it's just another sacrifice that we're willing to make for the greater good. I do, just want to reach out and also ask from a standpoint of seeing so many veterans sick and seeing so many employees sick that just wearing a mask can make a huge difference, especially right now here in Montana because the cases are climbing so high.
A third of the intensive care unit staff were out due to COVID last week, and the VA lost an employee earlier this year to COVID complications. The VA has been cross-training qualified employees to help fill in gaps in critical departments. Ju Chowning currently serves as risk manager for the Montana VA. However, before taking the position, Chowning worked as an ER and rural nurse. In the past month, Chowning has been getting back into her scrubs to cover shifts in the ER. Chowning says the pandemic has taken a physical and emotional toll, especially on the frontline staff.
It's that bigger picture. I'm a very small piece in a really big picture. But if I can help those nurses do another day, then that's what it's about.
While nurses say that they're happy to help out, they urge Montanans to wear masks and follow COVID guidelines. The pandemic isn't over, and those individual actions can help prevent more families from needing their care. Reporting in Helena, John Riley, MTN News.
All right, time now for a check of our forecast. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty surprised that Curtis isn't wearing some sort of turkey outfit.
Well, it's not Thanksgiving
Where's
yet.
your turkey suit?
You know what? It's in the dry cleaner.
I'm looking for the turkey suit tomorrow.
It's in the oven at 350. Good afternoon, everybody. Not a bad day, but take a look at some of the road conditions out there. It is slick heading up into the Little Belts through Monarch Canyon. Boulder Pass, okay, that's not so bad. Had some snow earlier today. Deep Creek Pass, kind of see a little snow there on the road surface. Rogers Pass, they had a little fresh snow, but it looks like things are okay. And McDonald Pass, a little chilly, a little light snow, and also a little on the breezy side. So if you're traveling over the mountain passes, you may encounter a little in the way of some snow and some slick spots. Just take it easy. It's not the worst that we've ever seen. What are you thankful for? How about a little sunshine on Thanksgiving Day and then beyond? ... We'll talk about when the sun may go away. Windy weekend, prepare for that. That's probably the worst aspect about the weather heading through the weekend. And we are in the bubble. You could just call us Bubble Boys. Well, more of the full forecast coming up.
Today, the Office of Public Instruction released fall enrollment numbers, and they saw a drop in public elementary school enrollment and an increase in public high school enrollment. OPI is still working with local school administrators to analyze the data and determine what, if any, impact COVID-19 has had on student enrollment. Despite some rumors, most of Great Falls Public Schools will return to in-person learning this coming Monday. That's November 30th. The only exception is East Middle School. Students and staff there will not return to the classroom until Wednesday, December 2nd. An exception was made for East Middle School, where the extended closure will allow staff and students to meet with grief counselors following recent tragedies. At East, there will be no remote learning expectation on Monday or Tuesday, but for the rest of the district, in-person classes will return. The school district says after looking at the data, it appears the majority of students and staff who were in isolation or quarantine will be able to return to school by Monday. Superintendent Tom Moore says this may not be the last time they shift to remote learning, but if this happens again, you will be warned ahead of time so you can get ready.
We were able to this last time give folks about a week's notice. With some of the school closures that we had to do at Great Falls High, CMR, and Whittier, we had to close those without a lot of notice and shift to temporary remote learning for 1 or 2 days. Those were unique situations. Hopefully we're going to have enough advance warning.
Moore says on Monday, 95% of staff and the majority of students will be back in the classroom. Tonight, we are learning more about the toll of the coronavirus pandemic on teachers here in Montana. The president of the state's largest union tells us a second teacher in Montana has died from the virus. The news comes just a few days after Ken Maddox, a teacher and coach in Great Falls Public Schools, died from the virus. After those deaths, the Montana Federation of Public Employees is urging school districts to take greater steps to protect teachers. In a statement, the state's largest union said, schools shouldn't be operating in person while restaurants and bars are worsening community spread. It's still unclear how remote learning is affecting the education of students nationwide. Today, the federal government also postponed its national assessment of educational progress because of the pandemic.
We now have lost 2 MFPE members who work in public school classrooms, and those deaths were both preventable. There is no excuse for any Montanan to walk around without a mask or to be going out when they don't need to. It's up to all of us to keep each other from dying from this virus.
Curtis said she could not give more information about the death of the other teacher because of health privacy laws. Amid the pandemic, virtual has become the new normal, and now that includes a Great Falls therapeutic recreation program. MTN's Coulter Anstadt shows us how Eagle Mount is continuing to serve even though its facilities are closed.
Your turkey is the before turkey, and this is the after turkey.
There was no interacting with horses Tuesday. Instead, some of Eagle Mount's participants hopped on their computers and phones for a Zoom session, making paper turkeys with Eagle Mount staff members.
Yeah, on the feathers.
How'd you do that so fast?
A computer was set up, however, so the participants could at least see some of Eagle Mount's horses. Eagle Mount is a nonprofit that provides therapeutic recreational opportunities for people of all ages working to overcome challenges in their lives.
For safety reasons, we're kind of limiting how many people we have out here. So we figured if we can get together, we still want to get together. So our Zoom things are, we can see the horses and we can see each other and talk to each other. It's kind of a check-in, make sure we're all doing good.
Tuesday was the first of Eagle Mount's new virtual lesson plans.
We work on a lot of confidence building, social skills, communication aspects, and so there's so much we can touch on. And I think we're going to find this a fun challenge to kind of break out of the way we used to do things.
The participants are glad to have the Zoom sessions, but they miss interacting with the horses.
Pretty tough, but I have Peanut.
I'm an animal lover, and I just really like animals.
A passion that, thanks to technology, she can indulge even during a global pandemic. In Great Falls, Coulter Anstadt, MTN News.
Okay, when we come back, Chief Meteorologist Curtis Grevenance will have your Turkey Day forecast, and later, when could reliable at-home COVID tests become a possibility?
Starts now with Chief Meteorologist Curtis Grevenance.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Live look right now at Geyser, looking back towards the high woods. A little snow in the area, snow shower moving through. It's chilly in Great Falls, 26 degrees right now. Helena, a little breezy out there, 36 degrees with a west wind up to about 16 miles per hour. 20s, 30s, a couple areas in the 40s here, but overall, temperatures close to average and the wind not terrible. Some of the stronger wind speeds around Livingston and also around Helena. Cutbank, 6 mile per hour wind. That's almost calm. Well, the wind will stick around here like an unwanted guest through Thanksgiving. Here you can see on Thanksgiving early in the morning hours, some pretty strong wind, central Montana, north central Montana, and right up along the Rocky Mountain front. The usual suspects, that wind will continue, actually even get stronger here late Thursday night. Might have some difficult travel heading through Marias Pass or heading up the Rocky Mountain front along there. Look at this wind continuing here for Friday. Now the good news is if you happen to be going to Helena or Bozeman, Butte, any of the valley locations of western Montana, not as much wind, if any wind, on Friday. The wind will be mainly out across the plains here, and some pretty strong wind will continue into Saturday. As I mentioned, we had some snow showers moving through this cluster of snow and had a little rain mixed in earlier. You can see that moving right down Highway 87 heading towards the Lewistown area. Great Falls had a little mix earlier. Helena, we had a few flakes of snow. There are some snow showers out there around Elliston and Avon on the other side of McDonald Pass. And there's that snow shower moving through Judith Basin County, ready to head into Fergus County and southeastern Montana. A little rain, a little snow. Nothing really that impeded anyone's travel out there today. Some pretty heavy rain moving up through the Great Lakes and just a skosh of snow into the New England area. So for the rest of this evening, Kings Hill Pass, still a little snow. Around Deep Creek Pass, a little snow. Some snow showers in the western mountains here, but all in all, not that bad. And here is Thanksgiving. It will be a breezy day. Again, if anybody's traveling up over Kings Hill Pass, Deep Creek Pass right there, maybe just a little snow. Maybe a few more clouds than we'd like in the morning hours, but the trend will be for less clouds through the day, less mountain snow showers. However, the trade-off is more wind through the afternoon. Pretty windy for Thanksgiving afternoon. And then heading through Thursday night, looking at fairly quiet conditions. And the clouds really clear out here on Friday. May have a few clouds in the morning hours, but look at that. Clouds just melting away. It's a mostly sunny Friday and a mostly sunny weekend. Additional snow, maybe an inch or two here or there, but otherwise it is pretty quiet. So yeah, let's look beyond, because probably a lot of you have weekend plans as well. Friday's quiet. Saturday, there will be a minor front going through, mainly producing some wind, potential for a couple of snow showers down the divide and across north central Montana. The rest of Saturday, not bad. Sunday, it's a clear day. Monday, looking very quiet. There's some snow and some rain, but watch that. Just kind of go whoop right down to the south of Montana, heading down towards Salt Lake. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all looking very dry. We're in a bubble of high pressure, hence the bubble boy. Here's the forecast for tonight. Chilly, temperatures in the 20s. Most of the snow shower activity will diminish here in the next few hours, but Stanford, Nyhart, Monarch picking up a little snow right now. A couple of snow showers maybe up on the Continental Divide. And here's the forecast for Thanksgiving Day tomorrow. A little on the cool side, windy off of the Rocky Mountain front. It's a blustery day, but again, we will have some sunshine. High temperatures above zero. Many locations were above freezing, so that certainly is a plus. We should be in the 30s to near 40 right around Helena. Here's the 7-day forecast for the capital city, about 42 in town tomorrow. West wind up to 20 miles per hour, but really it's a lovely Thanksgiving. And look at that dry forecast. Highs in the 30s and the 40s through the weekend into December here. A little chilly at night. And for Great Falls, 40, 42 tomorrow, a little windy, 51 on Friday, and a lot of sunshine through the weekend into next week.
For most of us, Thanksgiving will look different this year. Social distancing or passing on family gatherings altogether. As we all hope to rebound from the pandemic, we can't help but wonder how soon until we'll be able to take a simple at-home COVID test before going to a holiday dinner or a party.
From food allergies to pregnancy, we rely on tests to help us prepare for the future.
Really got to understand more about the diagnostics marketplace years ago and thought that it was an underserved part of the market for healthcare.
Technology from the company Biodot has been helping companies make these tests for decades.
It's like an inkjet printed drop of fluid.
Their machines dispense tiny droplets of fluid on testing devices, accurately and fast.
A system like this, run under typical conditions, could probably produce between 50 and 75 million tests per year.
And now over 70 manufacturers are using these systems to make COVID tests. CEO Tony Lemo says they've decreased production time from months to weeks, building a new facility to meet customer demand.
For people to feel comfortable that they can associate with friends and family, there needs to be a testing methodology, ideally that can be performed at home.
One that provides quick results, similar to a pregnancy test.
It would be smaller than this too.
The FDA's approved one rapid at-home test that gives results in 30 minutes, but getting it will require a doctor's prescription. Testing companies hope the FDA will soon authorize a different type of at-home testing tool, the rapid antigen test.
So 2 lines would be positive, 1 line would be negative.
The inexpensive tests provide results in minutes. Companies developing them believe millions could be sold without a doctor's referral, but they're less accurate than the tests done in labs.
So I worry you have mass testing at home, you're going to have false positives, you're going to have false negatives, and people aren't going to trust testing.
Clinical lab director Dr. Melissa Miller believes scaling at-home testing should be done with caution.
Even at 98% specificity, which is very, very high, that means you're going to have a false positive rate 2 out of every 100. You start testing 100 million people, this is millions of people who have a false positive test.
And false negative results could give people a false sense of security.
Rapid antigen tests were pushed out to skilled nursing facilities, right? This is a very high risk patient population. This is actually where you want a very accurate test.
And she says it's unclear how well they detect the virus in people with no symptoms.
It might make more sense in like K through 12 schools.
But with a growing demand for convenient at-home testing, manufacturers are hopeful that in the months ahead, the FDA will open the door to new solutions. In Irvine, California, I'm Amanda Brandeis reporting.
Coming up next on the news at 5, it's a friendly competition, one the Lewis and Clark County Sheriff is hoping to win. I'll explain when we come back.
As news leader, you're watching MTN News at 5.
Welcome back with us. Everyone loves a good, friendly competition, especially when it leads to a good cause. The Lewis and Clark County Sheriff posted to their Facebook page they are in competition with the Helena Fire Department to see who can raise the most money for the Salvation Army. Due to COVID-19 concerns, the fundraiser will take place completely online. Sheriff Leo Dutton says he does not want to lose this year.
It takes advantage of a little bit of a rivalry between Sheriff's Office and Fire Department. Now, it's kind of a collegial type of rivalry, and I would really like to win this year.
And the fire department said, quote, the Helena Fire Department is happy to once again join forces with the Lewis and Clark Sheriff's Office to support the Helena Salvation Army. This year, the Red Kettle Challenge will be taken online as a virtual challenge. We hope to have fun, keep everyone safe, and defend our title as the winner of the fundraising challenge to help support this great community partner. Well, there you have it. Take your pick on which agency you would like to support. Again, all of that money stays right here in Helena. We have posted a link to the fundraiser on our website. That's ktvh.com. Up next, I bet you can't guess how many thousands of pounds of food the Pentagon ships out to American troops for Thanksgiving meals. I'll tell you after the break.
Ahead for us as we head into Thanksgiving, the massive lines hours long at food banks. 1 in 4 kids estimated to be food insecure this year. Also, how to shop safely in a pandemic when we see you for Nightly News.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching MTN News at 5.
The Pentagon wants to make sure American troops stationed around the world do not miss out on a Thanksgiving meal. The Pentagon shipped more than 50,000 pounds of roasted turkey, nearly 20,000 pounds of pies and cakes, and 70,000 pounds of beef. In total, more than 300,000 pounds of food are shipped to American troops around the world.
Absolutely. Well, here's the last check of the 7-day forecast for tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day. A little on the breezy side, but hey, we'll have some sunshine, especially through the afternoon. For Friday, Black Friday, up to 51 degrees in Great Falls. Of course, it does come with that wind, and that wind will be pretty strong on Friday into Saturday. Next week as well, and look at that, just pretty much sunny every single day after Thanksgiving. Couple of clouds around Friday and also Saturday for Helena, but tomorrow, highs in the low 40s with a west wind between 10 and 20 miles per hour.
All right, that's all for us this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great rest of your night.